Welcome to this episode of In the Grove. I'm Jeff Frankie. Today our guests are Matt Harrold and Kari-Ann Ryan from the LMJ'S Lost Souls. Welcome.
You got it.
For having us again.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it's yearly. I think we're here to talk about it. It's a great interview. I always look forward to it, and it's about something very special. Why don't we talk about it's about Alzheimer's. So tell me what's the mission of Lost Souls?
The mission of Lost Souls is we're here to make a difference in the fight against Alzheimer's, but we do that through educating people, through fundraising, through awareness, community involvement, and all of those things have a very, very strong foundation. I used the word awareness, but all of those things lead up to awareness. So that's kind of the end-all, be-all. Is we're just trying to get the awareness out there to build, people's understanding of what this disease is, because so many people are affected by it.
Yeah, so I think everybody has a relative or somebody somehow that's gotten Alzheimer's, and it's tough. So I think bringing it out to the open and being able to talk about it makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. So how did you guys all get involved in this?
Fortunately, we met each other through the local chamber. So that was how Kari-Ann and I became connected. She was already going through this experience. I was quickly going to be going through that experience when I met Kari-Ann. So my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2013, and when she was diagnosed, I didn't know what to do. I didn't really have any idea of what I was in store for, or my family was in store for. So luckily, having met somebody who has a personal connection allowed me a little bit of saving grace when you're going through something that truly is what I wish on no one. And then unfortunately, in 2019, my mom passed away from Alzheimer's, and we've been fundraising basically since Kari-Ann talked to me about this and what the Alzheimer's Association was. And then later on, we'll talk about how LMJ's came to be, but that's why it kind of started, was an unfortunate chance, opportunity, and connection.
I had been fundraising for Alzheimer's, for the disease itself through the Alzheimer's Association since 2009. But prior to that, my grandmother had Alzheimer's. She lived with us, so we went through every stage, every process with her. And it got to a point where I realized I couldn't do anything to help her. I couldn't fix anything or change anything, and I had found the Alzheimer's Association and started getting involved in that. I had been probably 4 or 5 years into it by the time I met Matt. Already had a team and some people helping me. And it was just a way for me to help control the situation, of which I had no control over, and also educate myself and help a few people along the way without really realizing I was doing that. My grandmother passed away in 2016, but she had a very long battle with it, so 13, 14 plus years.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It takes a toll on a family, doesn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
It's definitely, the people supporting it are going through as much of an issue as the people who have it, so.
Now, this is a local association that we have here. I mean, it's different than the national. Are you not tied in with them, or is it just your
We are still very closely tied in with the Alzheimer's Association in that we are now sponsors of theirs. Okay. We are giving back to them. But the difference really lies in the fact that they're a national organization with local chapters, and we'll call it local because the chapter that we're involved with is Illinois, so it's still broad. But everything they do rolls up into the national effects that they have. So, giant case studies and rolling out things about brain health, which is what's going on right now with some of the things they're doing. A giant pointer study with what they're doing, but their monies kind of go places, and they do amazing things. They're the best of the best, but the difference, what we're making is locally in our own community. We are able to see the difference that we make within the memory care facilities we work with, or the local research and development programs that we contribute to.
Okay.
So,
I would say what's different is the association is always doing great things. I just can't tell you exactly where your dollars are exactly going towards. When it comes to something on our side, we can tell you basically
Exactly,
down
yeah.
to the penny where the money that you are contributing, where it's going towards, and that has that impact. We'll say it, we're in Elk Grove, that community matters, and that's a huge, I don't want to say selling point, because people supported us greatly when we were just giving all the money that we fundraised to the Alzheimer's Association, but now it's something a little more personable. When I say personable, when we say community, we do community campaigns where you're going to an actual memory care facility, a lot of times of someone that we know who has a family member there, and delivering supplies and goods to that specific community, which we wouldn't have been able to do if we didn't have our own nonprofit.
That's the nice thing about a local type of charity like this, because like Red Cross, you donate to that, most of the money goes to run Red Cross. I mean, the people and the infrastructure. It doesn't really go to the people that help. And where people want to know, where is my money going? Well, right there. You know it's going to the local people. Right. So it makes a difference.
Our events are mostly local too, so that really makes a difference, because people see, they can come to the event and then they know that the money's going from that event that they took part in, we also found that with creating our mission and our pillars when we first started, we didn't know that this piece was going to happen, where we are supporting people, where people are coming to us literally with a need for a major resource for this disease. And we aren't doctors, we're not in the healthcare industry, but we've built relationships with people who are, and now we found that we can help those people. So that's been a huge change in our transition of opening LMJ's Lost Souls.
I think sometimes when you're talking with doctors, I mean, they're conditioned to be, they deal with this every day, where it's nice to talk to somebody that's actually living with it instead of somebody that's diagnosing stuff, because obviously they're good at what they do, but it's more comfortable to talk to somebody who's going through the same thing or has, because you understand a lot more about the feeling.
Totally.
So with that, we talked about the fundraising. You have some things coming up. What's in the calendar? What's coming up for some fundraising?
Our first event we have of the year, besides some little things that we do, is going to be our afternoon tea. And this will be our 4th year doing afternoon tea. It's kind of geared towards the ladies and maybe the little ones, or a mother-daughter type of event, but we do have some guys that show up as well. It is a typical tea party. We have an open bar too, but we have teas, we have finger foods, and just a really lovely, really pretty event. Photography, we always have entertainment. It has been it was an idea that we put into place, and it has been one of the most popular events we do. We sell out every year. It happens right here in Elk Grove. We do it at the Belvedere Banquets.
Okay.
This year it's on April 18th. It's always a Saturday afternoon, so afternoon tea. And we added a theme this year, so it's a Mad Hatter's affair. So we're kind of doing, playing
Not
off
a Mad Hatter's affair.
Well, I am coining that phrase too. He is going to be our Mad Hatter. But it is playing off like the Alice in Wonderland Tea Party theme, so it's going to be really cool this year. And just an event that people really are always asking about, when's tea? So we're about 75% sold out.
Wow.
So.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Now, everything we're going to talk about today, it's on your website on how to sign up and all that. We'll go into it after we talk about everything, but people, if they're interested in doing it, they can go to your website. So, okay, so that's the tea. What comes up next?
After tea, I'll make sure I have a good outfit for you, Jeff.
I'm sure. Well, the Mad Hatter.
Yes, perfect. The next event we have is in June. So June 5th is our 11th annual Golf to End Alzheimer's that we are having. It is again local at Fox Run in Elk Grove Village on a all-day event on a Friday there. So we have, we're kind of starting early with getting things out and getting information out. Happy to say that I think we're at already 20 golfers paid and signed up. So I will say you're not signed up until you paid. So until you pay, that we can't hold spots. And that event typically will sell out as well by about mid-May, which is good. So we kind of do 162 golfers are tripling up par fives. It's
wow.
it's
Yeah.
a little chaos, but it's you know, we don't like to. I don't like to tell anyone no, but usually it's at 162 number there. We've been doing it 11 years, and we try and just similar to T, just do it a little different every year. We're trying to figure out what the differentiating factor is. We've had a helicopter ball drop the last few years. Might do that again. Might talking to the fire department about a fire truck ball drop. We'll see what we decide to do, but just make it a little different. It's a different location this year for the first time we're going to Fox Run, which we're excited for because they've been amazing to work with the Park District there. So new place, but same idea and same concept. So
Yeah.
Got a bunch of sponsors already.
yes,
And this is another one of those events that our community talks about, and they have a really good time. And one thing about moving from just fundraising pre-LMJ's to LMJ's, we already had that basis of building those events.
Okay.
We've been doing these events 11 years. We've only been LMJ's for 4. So, so we have that kind of under control. And our biggest thing is we don't want to just have a fundraiser. We want to have a fundraiser. So we make sure people leave there and say, okay, I'm coming back next year.
Well, I mean, it's nice to have luncheons and things like that, but when people can get out and take a day and golf and sit around afterwards and have a meal and all that, I think people look for, especially when, you know, it's still early, it's spring basically still, so people are dying to get out there and
For sure.
and get out and have some fun.
well, to Kari-Ann's point, it's one of the hardest. So it's the hardest things that we do. We're doing this all for a reason. It's not a fun reason, but in order to get people to want to be there, you have to. It's that underlying premise, and that's the amazing part for us when you talk to people who are at this, who might tell you some things, and we've learned that people are going through this in their family because to that point of having that kind of safe place or someone to talk to, that's, I don't want to say that's enjoyable, but it's nice for them to be able to find somebody who's, and we can, you know, build a relationship deeper than just, oh, I thought you were just supporting us because you kind of liked us. It's more than that. It's personal.
But it's out there, and it's making awareness of. I mean,
Exactly.
it's everybody knows it's out there, but you just need to keep bringing it out, and people, you know, they'll think of this or that, but it's always good to keep it in the, you know, front of them, and something
And
like
giving
that.
them an opportunity to
Exactly.
connect on this, you know, this topic. So.
So then, what if you don't golf? Can you? I don't know. Do you have something for the dinner, or
Right.
do you have?
Variety of options. Kari mentioned the sponsorships that are available. That's one. Volunteers. We're always looking to fill our volunteers for the day. And then we do have a dinner-only option. So it is dinner, an open bar that people can sign up for. And then on top of that, you know, I mentioned the ball drop and that you don't even need to be present to do that. So that's a 50-50 raffle. That's $20 a golf ball. We sell a max of 100 golf balls, so it's $1,000 to the winner and $1,000 to LMJ's. So yeah, there's a variety of things, and obviously that dinner only option is nice for people who can't get out of work. You can come to our dinner typically about 5:30 is when we get going with that. So
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Now there's another fundraiser. What's it's
What's after golf? Right?
baseball?
yes,
Yep. So we have baseball to end alls. We have been doing that event with the Schaumburg Boomers since about 2018. So, and we've done it every year, minus the one year that there was no baseball that we won't talk about. But they are wonderful to work with. So what they do is they basically take one of their game days that we coordinate together, and they make it an Alzheimer's Awareness Day. And it's sponsored by us, and actually Matt is one of the presenting sponsors with his American Family Insurance Agency. We have opportunity to have other sponsors on tables on the, what's that? Concourse, thank you. And we just kind of turn the park purple. We have amazing jerseys every year that are created by one of the partners of the Schaumburg Boomers that we wear, that we auction off. All the players wear them. And,
Oh, really?
it's, you know, they do that for other theme nights too, but of course ours is one of the best jerseys. And it's just really cool to go to the ballpark and see our jerseys all over the park, because for so many years we've had, you know, a different jersey every year. So, and it's a great fundraiser, believe it or not. I mean, you have an audience of 5,000 to 6,000 people there. What a way to raise awareness.
Sure.
So we really love doing that. great to work with them. This year, one different addition we're doing is we're going to be selling 50-50 tickets throughout the ballpark.
Okay.
And 50 to us and 50 to a winner. So that's a new addition. It'll be something fun to do.
So even people that aren't there for the fundraiser have a chance
100%.
to get into it.
Yep, to get involved and, buy a ticket and your chance to win.
Sure. Now, did we say the date?
I'm sorry, June 20th.
June 20th.
June 20th,
Okay.
it's a 6:30 Saturday night game.
Saturday night.
And perfect weather at that time, so it'll be great to come out to the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they need to put a dome over it just to make sure.
Just in case.
So, okay, we mentioned about the money going low. Well, I mean, how do you divide the money up, or how do you decide where it's going to go?
Obviously, pillars, Kari-Ann kind of talked about, even pillars with how we, with the money. The community campaigns I briefly touched on, like to highlight those because it's something very different where you physically, it's not writing a check and presenting it to someone. We partner with a memory care facility, give them a $1,500 budget. They send us what we'll call a shopping list.
Okay.
And with that shopping list, typically Kari-Ann buys things for the residents, and then the cool part about it is to deliver it on site to the facility. And when we do that, it's a reaction that is pretty emotional typically because a lot of times, a lot of these facilities, and I hate to say it, don't get that kind of support at all. And they're going, we haven't gotten new things in years. Or if they were, it was a very small donation. So that's one thing that's really, really cool to directly give there. Obviously, and I say this selfishly, anytime I talk to someone, we want to find a cure at the end of the day. And while we're along the journey here, we're doing things for the people who are going through this. But finding a cure is so important. So we do donate to studies that we see. Most of the time, when we say local studies, obviously how this all works is you can donate to a local study with, say, Advocate in Park Ridge, and they're now partnering with a study in New Mexico there. But we get to see that on our side, and they present when we make those determinations for those dollars. Again, what are we giving it towards? Where is this actually going? And right now, we're doing something with them on, it's not directly related to a research study, but they're showing us exactly where your money, and then they told us how much, where they're at, and I believe it was 10 people.
Yeah, they're doing a training for early detection for
Care, yes.
So they're giving us updates on how many people have been trained, what's the next step. So we love it.
Yeah.
We love that.
That's got to be nice to be able to see, your money's going to this, and here's where they're at with it, instead of just, here it is, and it's going to another country or even to the other side of the country.
Well, and we get to choose too. They'll give us a proposal, a couple of ideas, and we want to make sure the idea that we choose aligns with our mission, and we have that, kind of visibility as well. That's important.
I mean, selfishly, we've made decisions that we said just, they presented it. That doesn't work. What do you have? Like, it just didn't work for what aligns with our mission statement. And in the same way that what we do with the Alzheimer's Association, supporting those events, yes, we want to support the association, but we also want people to know who are at these events, we're one of the sponsors. This is what we do. It's different than the association. We still work with them because we're giving money to them. But if you want to do something on a more community level, we're a great option for you.
Yeah.
So,
So we're supporting their Chicago Walk to End Alzheimer's, as well as the Northwest Suburban Walk to End Alzheimer's.
I was going to say, I knew there was a Northwest, but Chicago also?
Yeah, Chicago's the
I figured
biggest
they had
one.
a
It's one of
bigger-
the top 5 walks in the country. So it's a great one to go to, and of course we want to be part of that. So it's a great way for us to still give back to them because, like I said, they're the best of the best at what, everything that goes on around surrounding the disease. So it's important.
And again, I know you can't get down to a dollar even too close, but do you have a ballpark on how much you've raised over the course of the years you've been doing this?
So since LMJ'S started, because we kind of
Reset.
pre and post, we're at about $325,000 in the last 4 years.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's fantastic.
And we're just starting our 4th year, really. So we've completed 3 years.
Correct.
3 years.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know it's a wow thing, and so I just, general PSA, there's 3 of us, myself, Kari-Ann, Lawyer Bannock, who are the 3 board members of LMJ's. We can't do it without a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that's
Well,
where,
that's everything.
that's what's like, I always, when people ask, what you guys do, and I always say, it's what we do, because if it was just you guys, there wouldn't be much here. And that's we need all the people that we can get. So it's like, we get the opportunity to be here. It's us being, as I nicely say, the dumbest people who are willing to take on another job and do this. And I mean that wholeheartedly, because I'm okay doing it, and I love doing it, and we just decided to do it. And anyone, if you really have a passion for something, can do this. And but you need people behind you.
And you can't do it without, I mean, even the village, like we're figureheads for the thing, but without the employees, like in every department, we wouldn't be, the great community we are.
Correct.
Because you need to have those people to
Need
help.
people, right.
And it's fantastic, and especially people that aren't getting paid. That's even
so
more exciting.
that's where we are.
Yeah.
Just to add that in,
Two
we
full-time-
take $0 every
$0.
dollar that is done. Yeah, so it's
No.
always important to talk about that. Yeah, but no.
Well, you guys are here for a reason. I mean, it's not money.
No.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you guys are very, very special in stuff you do. So, you have a podcast, is that right?
I've been trying to be you when I grow up, so that's where it all started.
I always knew you needed help.
So I was voluntold that I was going to be running a podcast, is what I say. So Kari-Ann and Lori were talking about this podcast idea. I said, it sounds great. They go, great, you're going to be the host of it. I said, okay, great. I didn't know I was signing up. But in all seriousness, it started. We are now, I believe, 15 episodes. We'll be shooting our 15th episode. And the podcast really started was trying to figure out where the direction was. And still at times trying to figure it out, because what we want on this podcast is a variety of types of people. It's not just about a caregiver. It's not just about having medical professionals on there. We've had medical professionals. We've had caregivers. We've had financial planner, attorney to talk about things, local people who believe in philanthropy. But the whole idea behind it is to really push out a different kind of education. And whatever that education could be, because if you're a caregiver who's got experience with this, someone who's listening or watching can get an experience, can learn something that they really didn't know if they're currently going through it. Somebody who's not going through this but has a family member that might be showing signs, that financial planner and estate planning attorney could give you things that could really help you tremendously long term.
Sure.
The person who believes in philanthropy, that's a different conversation. I always say, we're selfish and we want them to talk about LMJ's, but being a philanthropic person and being a good human being, hearing from other local business leaders, business people about how they do that, and it's just allowed personally me the opportunity to learn about some things of people and what they've gone through and what their experience has been like and what they want, the good that they want to do. And truly, Karen hears me say this a lot, emotion sells. I love people just telling their story. And it may not be that it's without tears, but it's the truth of what they've gone through, especially people who've had a direct relation and a direct connection, whether it be mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, and they've gone through this journey. And to have them tell the story, because when we talk about the millions of people who've been impacted by this and the number just keeps getting bigger and people keep living longer, to hear them tell that story, again, we talked about it, you're not alone. So we've had people reach out after that have watched and said, wow, like, I want to talk to you about being on this because this did something for me. So it's been cool. I'm not an expert like you, but I'm trying to get there one day. So.
He does a great job. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah,
He does a great job. When we started the podcast, you don't really realize, we kind of did it because, this is the next step. This is like something we should be doing. And then just listening to the outcomes, it really has, it's going to be beneficial for people, and that's huge.
It's real people.
Yeah.
It's real things. So that's great. So are there other ways that people can help support or education to make awareness about Alzheimer's? Is there, obviously volunteering for you, but would they go to your website and be able to
They can
sign
engage with us on our website. There's all the different things that we do. So obviously the events are going to be on there. There's an events page. See it, past events, they can see the gallery page. We also have resources. We talked about that briefly earlier when people are coming to us and saying, I need a doctor, I need to know how to handle this.
True.
We put together a resource document that is growing on a daily basis with people to help them with those things they have.
Very important.
And then obviously donations can be made through the website. And we also offer educational seminars, so you can connect with us there. We have two major kinds, a very educational one, a certified educator, and more of a fun-loving, taking the severity of this disease and making it a little bit funny. So we have those just going out into organizations, groups, and professional businesses and educating people on it. So that is, our website is lostsoulsandalls.org.
Okay, and we'll put it on the screen
Yep.
so everybody can do it.
So yep, they can get all the goods and bads about LMJ's.
Wow. Well, I mean, I can just imagine somebody just starting to get involved with someone that has it and not knowing where to go.
That
And
is always
it's
the
always,
case.
I mean, they can make their own decision, but here's a lot of information that you can use, and that will help you kind of navigate, because I'm sure there's a lot on their minds, and you guys have been through it. A lot of people have a history of going through it, so
Yeah.
they've maybe took them a while to learn it, where you've got all that information available.
And
right on your
everybody's
site.
journey is so different, so you got to kind of feed them in the right direction. But everybody starts out with a little bit of confusion. Like, what do I do next?
Sure.
I have no idea what to do.
I think that resource piece is one of the coolest parts, and I always go back to a story that somebody reached out to me and told me their mom, they were trying to get them in a facility, or they were trying to get them to see a doctor. They were told 3 to 4 months, and their mom was not doing well. And through our ability to meet people, we made a connection, and they were at the doctor the following week with the head of neuroscience for Advocate. That was a monumental feeling for me, and it did nothing for me personally other than an amazing, amazing experience for them, and the appreciation of that, which we wouldn't have had if we kept giving all of the money we donated to the Alzheimer's Association. That would have been fantastic, but starting our own nonprofit allowed us to build inroads that we wouldn't have had, and this person was forever grateful for that. And I was like, it really took me no work. It was one email, but it was really cool that all it took was one email.
Yeah.
And that's happened multiple times since
It's so
then.
cool.
No,
That feeling is not even, I mean, money doesn't even come close to that feeling. You feel like you've helped somebody out.
Totally.
So that's fantastic. Is there anything else that we didn't cover today? I know we have a lot going on, and we have you every year, and I look forward to having you every year, because I have a feeling we're going to have to do like a 2-hour special or something at some point, because we keep adding more things on there. But is there anything we didn't cover?
I would say just stay connected with us on our social medias. We are on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We post all of our events there, and we have other events besides what we talked about today. There's a couple more that happen near the second half of the year. So just to stay connected with us. We try to educate people through our social media as well, connect with people, and just kind of stay on the up and up with everything that's going on.
I'll say don't hesitate to reach out. I mean, don't be on an island, don't be alone, because you can feel like that, with so many different things. But this feeling of when it's your loved one who's going through it, and you're on an island, because it might be the person that, for me, my mom was the person I called all the time. When you don't have that person that you can call, all of a sudden life can get very different for you. So you're not alone. And the last thing I'll just say is, shameless plug, but I appreciate all that the village has done to allow us to be here. I know there's personal connections within the village of dealing with this with loved ones. It's not easy, and we're just here trying one day at a time to find a cure. And that's really what this is about. And along the way, we want to help people. So appreciate you
I,
guys.
for one, appreciate everything you guys do. It's tough, and but you guys fight at it every day, and so thank you for having it. And everybody, if you can, try to make some of these events, the tea, the ball game, or the golf outing, if you can. You'll have a good time, and you're going to be helping people out. So, well, Matt, Kari-Ann, thanks again for coming. I know we'll see you again, but Matt with some crazy outfit. But thanks again for watching In the Grove, and we'll see you next time.